Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're digging into something pretty fascinating, the financial world of John Cena. We all know him as this huge wrestling icon, but maybe less about how he's become this, well, really shrewd businessman. We're looking at an estimated net worth hitting maybe $80 to $85 million by mid-2025. So our mission today, to unpack how he went from like a $12,500 a year starting contract to this, a global powerhouse. Okay, let's get into it.
It's genuinely amazing how many layers there are now. Yeah. But you're right, it absolutely starts with WWE. That was the bedrock for, 2 decades? He wasn't just a wrestler. He really was the face of WWE, the guy they built around. And get this, reports suggest even recently, with a part-time schedule, he's still pulling in around $12 million a year from them.
Yeah.
But that's just the baseline salary,
12 million. Wow. Okay, so what else is layered on top of that?
Well, think merchandise. Likely got a significant cut, maybe high single digits, low double digits, percentage-wise. Plus, massive appearance fees for the big shows, WrestleMania, things like that.
Yeah.
When you compare that to the initial $12,500, it's just astronomical growth within one company. Shows real leverage building.
That is incredible progress just within wrestling. But, lots of athletes make big money early on and then it fades or they don't manage it well. Cena seems different. This loop into Hollywood, for instance. He's not just doing cameos. They call him bankable. What does that really mean for a studio? Is it just fame?
It's definitely more than just fame, yeah. Bankable means... Well, it means they trust his name alone will practically guarantee ticket sales or strong streaming numbers. He lowers the studio's risk significantly. That's why he's getting roles in huge franchises, Fast and Furious, The Suicide Squad, and headlining Peacemaker. These aren't small parts. Each major film or show reportedly adds something like $3 to $5 million to his bottom line. And that clean, sort of all-American image he built in WWE, it played perfectly for Hollywood's broad audiences.
Right, that makes sense. And his reach goes even further, doesn't it? He's kind of become a brand himself outside of acting and wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. He's cultivated this image very carefully. Dependable, positive, strong work ethic. And that resonates. That's why big brands line up. We're talking Gillette, Honda, Hefty, even Capri Sun, major household names. And these endorsement deals aren't pocket change. Sources estimate they add anywhere from like $1.5 million up to maybe $15 million a year.
That's a huge range.
It is. And it probably reflects the difference between, say, a single ad campaign versus a long-term multi-year partnership where he's truly the face of the brand. It shows how that personal brand translates directly into, serious cash.
Okay, so wrestling, movies, endorsements, that's a lot already. But I heard mentions of shrewd investments, too. Is this typical rich guy stuff or something more?
That's a great point. It seems like a bit of both, but with a strategic angle. Yes, he has the capital, but the investments aren't random. They talk about things like fitness technology, maybe investing in an app or equipment which fits his brand perfectly, digital platforms too, and real estate, of course. Properties in Florida, California. Standard H&W play, sure, but it sounds like part of a bigger picture. These seem like deliberate, long-term moves in growth sectors, not just parking money, but building lasting value. It really makes you think about legacy beyond just the paychecks.
So when you pull it all together, it's not just about the impressive dollar amount, is it? It feels like a real lesson in adapting, in evolving. He built this incredible foundation and then just kept adding new layers, new skills, diversifying way beyond where he started. It's quite the roadmap.
Exactly. His career is, it's a fantastic case study in diversification and knowing how to adapt your brand. So the question for you listening is, what can you learn from that? How can you maybe take your core skills and build something bigger, something with lasting value?
Right. And as he's apparently planning this wrestling retirement tour for 2025, maybe his biggest impact isn't just the titles or the blockbusters. Maybe it's showing the power of strategic evolution, of building something that lasts. What part of John Cena's journey really stands out to you? Something to think about.